Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to make an Incline icedye heart shirt, and this is the matching shirt to that cute little dog t-shirt we just made. You want to start by centering your shirt. Once you figure out where the center of your shirt is, you want to isolate the front of the shirt. I like to line up all of my seams. I like to tuck in my sleeve inside the other sleeve and line up those seams. I feel like that really helps me center the shirt. This is a Port & Company brand shirt, and it's a women's cut, so it cinches in the waist, and the seams get a little bit wonky when they're wet. So it does take a little bit of extra finesse, but just keep working with it until you get your shirt smoothed out and isolate the front of the shirt so you're only putting the heart on the front of the shirt. I created a stencil out of the cardboard that comes from the Kirkland t-shirts that I get, and I really like to use the stencil because it creates a uniform heart every time I make the shirt. I know what I'm going to get. And then once you trace that out, you want to just pleat along this line, making that line as straight as possible. Now that you have that line all pleated up and it's nice and straight, it's time to secure it. And I like to use sinew. I like to use the sinew because it creates that nice white line between the heart and the rest of the shirt. Wrap the sinew around several times, pulling it extremely tight. Every time you make a pass with the sinew, make the sinew line whiter, because that's what creates that nice thick white line. Now for the rest of the shirt, I'm going to do a pleat fold on the front and a scrunch part on the back. So I follow the seams down, making the pleats on the front of the shirt. And then once I get down to the bottom of that, I do a scrunch for the back portion, and I just secure it with rubber bands. You could secure it with kite string if that's what you prefer. I just like the ease of using rubber bands, and I also like the fact that I can reuse them. Since this is an incline ice dye, I have placed the rack down inside of my bin. However, it would probably be much easier if you add your dye while it's on a flat surface. That way the dye doesn't want to roll downhill. We all have masks laying around the house these days, so it's a good idea to put on a mask while you're sprinkling on your extra soda ash. I'm adding the soda ash as just an extra measure because we're pushing ice through the shirt, which is a lot of water. So I want to make sure that there's enough soda ash to keep the pH of the shirt up to 10 to 11 so that the dye can react. It's been 24 hours after the ice is melted, and so now it's time for the rinse out. I start by using cold water, and that's going to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the shirt. And then I'm going to gradually increase the water up to hot, and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here I take it to the washing machine and I do a hot water cycle. I do a second hot water cycle using Synthropol. I do a third hot water cycle using Milsoft, and the Milsoft brings softness back into the fabric after the dyeing process, and it really works great, you guys. And then I'm going to put it into the dryer, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. Well, here it is, guys. Here's our shirt after it's been washed and dried. And it really matches the little doggy shirt perfectly. So this heart is beautiful. The plum splits into a really nice, cool blue tone. And then the hydrangea has a really nice blue tone that matches it. So they really work together well. And the razzle dazzle has that red violet color. It's just a beautiful glowing effect. I'm really pleased with the way this shirt turned out. Now again, this is the Port & Company shirt, and they're a soft style, so they're hard to photograph because the seams don't line up and they're super duper wonky, but I've seen this shirt on and the shirt aligns beautifully. So what do you guys think of this shirt? I love it. Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a thumbs up and click the bell for future notifications. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing.